Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 164 of Pokerole. We have been on quite the journey the last few sessions. I don't know how long we've been on this peninsula now. It feels like maybe, six or 7 sessions now. And we've been
It's almost 10.
Almost 10 at this point. This is a long arc. This is a pretty.
Next session, it will have been 10.
Wow. I bet it's enjoyable. I don't mind the chunky arc. And we've been in the castle for, I think now, this is the 4th episode we've been in the castle, I think, or maybe 3rd. And we're having adventures. Exciting things happen. We fought a dragon last time, and I'm really curious what the outcome will be for that today, but I guess we'll find out. So without further ado, if you like the video, do think about giving a like, maybe subscribing if you feel like doing that. Maybe coming over to Twitch if you want to watch this content live, whether you want to lurk or talk, think about coming over, hanging out with us. It's honestly nice to have people talking, chatting, even on streams like this where I'm focused on a VC group. It's still great to read your messages. So thanks for being active if you want to be that, and thanks for lurking if you want to do that. We also have a pretty cool Discord server you can check out if you want. And we have our Pokerole Discord server. Off of that, we can access through links on that server. We have a coffee link if you want to help us directly monetize what we do here. And right now, I have replaced the link with a link to Essler's coffee rather than our own, because we have had some unfortunate financial issues with PayPal and stuff, and we're sorting it out. I think we have some solutions in mind, but for the time being, we are leaving it to be Essler's coffee link. Anybody give it to him will support us too, so feel free to donate to him just the same way as you donate to us. And also, we have a merch store if you want to buy some cool stuff over there. As well, of course, we have our Poke Pioneers Mirror Haze Wiki, worked on greatly by Enio and others. Thank you very much, guys. Great place to look at episode recaps real fast instead of having to watch a whole episode. Look at character bios and more. Check it out if you're interested. All the links are in the description. But with that being said, I hope everyone on the table is pretty good today.
I'm doing great.
Yes, indeed.
I was a little sick before we started, but I have to say it's lifting, so I'm feeling okay. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube's not going to worry about this being an April Fool's stream because it's going to release after April Fool's, so we don't have to worry about them for sweating if it's like, oh, is it going to be a real episode? Before they click, no, it's a real episode. Don't worry.
I'm working on our April Fool's thing in the background, beers. Don't worry.
Well, okay, we're gonna maybe do one little April Fool's thing, but it won't affect the episode.
No, it's just a funny visual gag for those watching.
But yeah, I don't have any art to share today. Well, there is some really cool art that I can't share yet. You'll see that eventually.
Soon.
Eventually.
So what was that, Car?
Soon.
I thought you just said swoop, and I was like, where are you going? Swoop.
Nope. Sorry, I'm not a whooper. No whoopers here. Only a recap. But I should probably get us going.
Yes, the floor is yours.
Last time was session 163, A Scholarly Distraction. As the others tend to Ralph's injury, I should make note, as always, these recaps are written by Enio and anyone else who happens to be helping on the Mirror Haze Wiki. Thank you so much for this. This makes our lives a heck of a lot easier. Otherwise, those of us trying to get a handle on what happened would have to always be re-listening and re-watching to the episode, possibly several times. This makes life easier for so many people, myself included.
Not to mention, you have enough to organize just being DM, so it's nice to not have to organize one thing. Probably.
Having someone take notes is great.
Yeah.
As the others tend to Ralph's injuries, Burke orders some of the rebels to head down the eastern corridor and scatter to draw attention and split up the guards so that they can't congregate in a single area again. He also asks Torcat to ready some explosives to blow up the castle's main entrance, preventing any guards outside the castle to get in without teleporting. And y'all sent a sizable force down that intersection, 10 whole rebels. So that's going to help you a lot, even though the blowing up of the entrance may have attracted unwanted attention. With Ralph's injuries tended to, the group press on down the northernmost corridor exit, leading to another set of corridors, and a large pair of double doors in front of them. Tucker and Brooke begin checking the exiting corridors, while Ryder immediately approaches the double doors, remembering the doorway to lead towards the throne room. They signal to Brooke that they should aim to break through the doors, and the Feraligator is more than happy to immediately cause property damage within a royal castle.
Thank you.
I mean, hey, how often do you get to do that without consequences? Unfortunately, today is not that day. Unfortunately, however, even with Ralph joining in on the attempt to force the door open, the size and make of the doors render it too sturdy and heavy for the both of them to break it down. As the two further try to force the door open, Ryder takes more time to examine the door and recognizes a set of symbols that cause them concern, and they call for the two to stop and back away. When they back away, they get grazed as vines lash out from the edge of the doorway to block it off. Ryder recognizes the design of the symbols as belonging to a mage from their past, but is a mixture of confused and relieved from seeing this, as they could have sworn they'd seen the mage pass away in front of their very eyes. Curious what it means that the guards seem so adamant to secure this door, Brooke asks for Scales to phase through the wall to see if he finds anything of note on the other side. Scales confirms that there looked to be other entrances by which the party could slip in, but got the feeling that it was likely some manner of trap in play, for if anyone tried to slip in without permission. Specific note, Scales was noting that there was what looked like entrances around, like, underneath the throne of some description, so that there's probably somewhere that people hide or stash themselves, or there's another way, but he didn't go on a scouting mission. They signal to Brooke that they should aim to break through the door. Oh, sorry. Nope. Wrong paragraph. However, from what he could tell, no one seemed to be in there at the moment. Meanwhile, as Tucker was trying to read the various plaques along the corridors to get an idea of where to go, he finds one of the symbols underneath them, which unnerved him from wanting to get a closer look at it. He returns to the others and shares what he was able to read. One of the corridors led to the training yard, one to the archive, another with a war engraving he didn't have an opportunity to closely inspect. I'm pretty sure he got... Oh no, it was probably Brooke who read the last one.
I was trying to suss it out, yeah.
Yeah, the council chambers.
Yeah.
Mulling over this information, Brooke wonders where the guards may want to keep anything important, to which Ryder suggests they investigate the archives next. Heading down the corridor, which leads to the archives, the group passes by a small, simplistic doorway before arriving at a far larger, more decorated door. Presuming the latter may not be of too much significance, Brooke asks a small force of rebels to check that door to save time as they press onwards to the doorway in front of them. Oh, right. That's going to be funny in a couple minutes. Opening the door leads to the door getting stuck, revealing a room filled with many tomes and bookshelves. In addition, inside the room stood a crystal-blighted Drampa, who cheekily remarks that they heard the party scuffle and moved a bookcase to block the door and prevent their entry. Ryder recognizes this Drampa as the mage who would have made those rooms, and attempts to reason with him, asking why he would have chosen to set traps like those, which is so unlike him. The Drampa explains that, following the loss of the late king, the castle... Did he say that? Alright, I'm going to continue. The Drampa explains that, following the loss of the late king, the castle had been laid siege by many Pokemon, and as such, it was his duty as the court mage, Tripistania, wow, I'm screwing up a whole lot. I'm doing word salad, everybody. April Fools, yay. Tripistania, to protect the castle in its time of need. I don't think it's supposed to be loss of late thing. It should probably be Advent of the current one. Unless I said something about the previous king.
I don't remember
Anyway.
if you've ever said anything about it. Like, I'm actually, pondering that now. Was there a previous king?
I don't remember saying anything about the previous king, but it's been 2 weeks. They raise a staff and slam it into the ground as they call for guards to appear before him and take down the intruders. Hearing that combat was about to break out, Ralph hurries to shove away the bookcase blocking the door and let the others get in to fight. The Drampa summons a knight and fellow sorceress to come to his aid, and utilizes light screen to fortify their defenses. Oh, I could combat this, but I'm not gonna. Enio took the time to write it. Tucker aims to strike at the barrier with the staff he'd found in the warden's office, but it does little to damage it. The sight of the staff, however, intrigues the Drampa, who wonders how the group had gotten a hold of one of those staves. Seeing the barrier he conjured, the group prioritizes using physical attacks with full force to the best of their abilities. At one point, the party is caught off guard as another obscene purloin descends from a hiding spot atop a bookcase to ambush the group while they were distracted. Brooke aims to draw its focus to him so the rest of the party can focus on others while he breaks it to pieces. Mages begin to employ their magic, conjuring spikes along the surfaces of the archives to impede the team's assault. Rida aims to reason with the Drampa once more to end the battle, but the Elder shows no intent on letting up. Accepting that there is no way of convincing them at this point, Rida begins to focus and calls upon Adarnas's power, enveloping the area in draconic energy that disrupts the magic and marks the opponents with sigils that restrict their capabilities. Seeing this, the Drampa is further incited and retaliates by conjuring crystal constructs to combat the party. As the party endures the assault, Ralph feels an unfortunate prickling as he notices a cluster of crystals growing on his body, but prioritizes the battle for now. As the battle draws on, the Drampa begins to struggle from the continued exertion. Brooke finishes defeating the purloin construct and readies to strike at the remaining forces with a scatter shot. Rida notes this and aims to strengthen the blow with their psychic power, which manages to freeze the Elder Mage and his reinforcements. With the battle drawn to a close, the group takes a breather, and Rida mournfully approaches the frozen dragon, lamenting that yet another familiar face would be warped and twisted to stand against usurping the false king. As they have another reprieve, Brooke asks Tucker to assist him in trying to repeat what they did in the rebel base, and use connection and augmentation to confirm that, even while frozen, their bodies were still under the influence of whatever Gemhorn was using to control the kingdom. Knowing this, Brooke takes a moment to meditate, drawing on more power from augmentation, and uses that power to forcibly sever the connection binding the dragon to that source. As the two focus on trying to disrupt those connections, Ralph takes the opportunity to turn his focus to the growth on his arm, recognizing how deep it has already embedded in himself. His impulsive thoughts get the better of him, and he starts to unconsciously tear up as he dwells over what might happen to him if it gets much worse. Seeing Ralph so visibly worried, Rida tries to comfort him as best they can, but the thoughts of not being able to return to the happiest life he's ever had are difficult to settle. He asks Rida that if he shows even the slightest sign of not being fully himself, the group should knock him out and use his body and belongings however they need to get the job done. Overhearing this conversation from outside the archives as the rebels keep watch, Lexio steps in and tries to comfort him, saying that no matter what happens to him, that she's sure Team Cheer and the rebels will figure out how to undo this, no matter what. As Lexio helps Rida comfort Ralph, Tucker and Brooke continue to try to disrupt the connections, and see as the frozen chains leading to Tripostania fade, whatever that may mean for the Elder's well-being.
Mm-hmm. And I think...
Yes, Fair, that is how Tripostania is spelled. I did that specifically. Is a very dragony name. You can just call them Zaid, as you will find out shortly. Also, they moved a bookcase, not a staircase. Also, do you understand how much preparation goes into engraving runes into a surface?
I have something to add to the recap because unless I'm missing something here, I believe it was. I don't believe Enio covered it when Brooke and Tucker were in the void. there is also another being watching them, passively, sort of, from that void, in that space, if I remember correctly.
That is correct. Leviathan.
Leviathan.
For
That would
those
be
who
my
don't-
aspect.
Yep.
Yeah.
For those who don't remember, Leviathan is the incarnate manifestation of augmentation.
And so, interestingly, I think that's... Oh, actually, I think... Is that the first time one of us has seen another's aspect? Because Tucker...
I believe
observed
so,
it.
yeah.
Just realizing, I think that's the first time that's happened.
It's the first time you would have seen someone else's manifestation, yes.
Manifestation, that is, yeah.
And that's entirely because of where you were.
I have described him to other people before, though, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if Tucker picked up that I was probably the being you described, but Tucker did observe it was not aggressive, though it seemed very intimidating.
Yeah, well, it didn't have a reason to try and devour you.
Could at least pick up on that Tucker could.
But, give everybody a brief refresher. You still have 3 elites left because you still have Little Echo. But you have used Tora to explode the main entrance. You still have Lucy, who can see through walls and take out enemies. There's also Chansey Roz, who can take out enemies as well as give you back a couple rebels by healing, or can heal you all, which at this point I think y'all are running solo on resources. That might be what you use them for.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they totally could heal. Also,
Can she heal my will?
I need to double check what I wrote down. Maybe, maybe not. You still have 15 rebels available. You have no idea what the 10 rebels are doing on that intersection, but hopefully it's something good.
And we recently sent rebels in the previous intersection before the room we're in, right?
Correct.
They,
Only
they
2.
They went to the left.
Yes, they went to the left to the normal-looking door. You have 4 items that are on the little tracker card over here that has a bunch of other stuff on it.
Yep,
You
Ralph
don't
has
know.
those.
You don't know what those items do. You have 2 powders and jars, as well as 2 orbs. If you want to use one of the and I know they're in Ralph's possession, but if you want to use one of the orbs or powders, just let me know.
I know that we don't know what they are, so I can't really ask this in character, but since this is literally the first time we have a literal core stat up, does that work over your cap? Like your cap limit for, like, because your character has, yeah.
I will say that a core stat up item, because of how rare they are, they do not care about your cap.
Okay. But if they bring me 2 cap, I can't level it further.
Correct. If you use a core stat item and it brings you up to your cap, you cannot use experience to level that up further.
So, it would be ideal if the party does not use that without great amount of care first, but if we end up using it because it's a pinch situation, we want to try our resources, that's understandable.
I'm fairly certain most of you are at cap.
Yeah,
I'm
most of my stats are at cap. But there's a couple that are below.
Ironically, strength is the one I'm not at cap of.
I believe Brooke and Tucker are the only ones who are not at cap.
Though I could cap
I
it.
just recently evolved and haven't upped any of my stats yet, so...
Oh yeah, you haven't really... Oh, actually...
Yeah, you've been accruing experience.
Oh yeah, look
slowly.
at that! You haven't capped
Trying to buy
stat,
moves and
actually.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. You're pretty strong already, but you can actually increase that core strength and stuff. Nice.
Now, mind you, in addition to going over cap, it can save you a metric ton of experience if you want to level a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's really
Yeah,
useful.
I'm not quite at cap. Like, I can get a little more special and insight, but I'm capped at the stats I use most often.
I believe, Car, you allow us, I don't remember when you let us stat up. Like, do you let us do it any time, or was it...
You guys usually spend your experience at the end of the session.
usually
I
at
don't
end. Yeah.
I don't stop you from spending it whenever, if you can spend the appropriate amount at any time.
Okay. I think if we were in the
'Cause-
middle of a combat, that would be a little weird, but otherwise.
Well, I've allowed it in the middle of a
Oh, we
combat
have.
before.
Okay. All right. No holds barred. I guess if you want to spend it, you want to
Yes,
spend
I remember way back the original reasoning is that you can do that because like that's shown off in the anime and it lets you have a really cool moment of okay, you get a power up in the middle of combat.
it. That's
and it helps
true. It can be like diegetic that way.
Like,
too.
Y'all have not done that very often, mostly because it's easier on yourselves. But yeah, that is something you can do if you want to do that. I won't necessarily stop you. I just ask that you make sure you're spending the right amount of experience and that you have enough.
Okay, I think I'll buy my last strength point. I generally, I'm statting. Tucker's been statted pretty diegetically, as in stuff raises when it makes sense to. He has been doing enough things that I think raising the strength to max makes sense. I mean, like, if it's, for instance, all that special, like, offensive guarding of Rita that happened last time, for instance, so. So that is, yeah, I'm just going to get that real fast. 10 times current score, so that's 50 points if I'm right.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and bring that down to 16. Why am I not seeing the cursor for it? That's weird. Okay, there.
But yes, back to the scene at hand. You all are currently in the archive. And now that the danger has passed, the rebels have begun to filter in. A few of them have begun sort of clearing out any crystal remnants that might be on the floors and surfaces left over, just to make it safer to traverse the area. But Brooke and Tucker, you are currently standing close to the steward of the castle, as well as his two attendant guards that had been quite frozen. They're very solidly frozen still. I forget if I explained this last time, but their crystals have gone dark. They no longer glow like they usually do for thralls. I believe Ralph is off to the side somewhere with Rida as well as Lucy.
So me and Tucker and Brooke did hop back out. I couldn't remember if we had left the void.
We left,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You did.
Let me just see.
Okay. Make sure you give yourself your final tough point.
I see. I knew it for forgetting something else. Thank you. Does it affect anything else? That strength point?
Nope.
Okay. It's just my move rolls, really. Okay.
Can we free Stanya?
From the chains, yes, but they are still frozen.
I mean, unfreeze them.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not?
Yes, you can. Tucker has Fire Fang. Tucker can absolutely melt all three of them.
Maybe just his head, so we can talk to him.
Yeah. If Brooke commands that, Tucker will happily roll a fire thing and do some careful fiery chomping. Careful not to actually bite the dragon. So I guess I'll do a roll. For fire thing. Okay. Should be a nice hot fire thing that ignites from that. And Tucker will spend a while doing the thing you're never supposed to do, and that is eating ice and just chewing it. Do not do that, by the way, in real life. It's bad for your teeth.
I mean, it's not bad, but you shouldn't be chewing on like big blocks of solid ice. Like,
Yeah.
like half melted ice chips, those things are fine. Anyway, Tucker, you are able to apply your Fire Fang in a controlled enough manner that you're able to get the dragon type's head free. Big old crystal beard and all. And it slumps for a moment. And there's this low, sort of rattling groan that comes from them. Oh, I didn't realize the winters were already on us.
Kyrio just had to do a BRB.
Yes.
Tucker would probably allow Brooke to talk to him, but yeah.
I suppose hearing him chime off, Ryder would look curiously at him, waiting to see how he reacts, if he's still a bit crazy, we'll say.
Welcome back. He's not reacting in a way that seems violent, even from a distance. If anything, for Brooke and Tucker, who are much closer, the Drampa looks fairly bewildered.
And just for Kyrio's benefit, Tucker is going to mainly let Brooke speak. Seems most logical in this situation. Though Tucker does have a hopeful look on his face, like hoping that what they did in the void actually helped him. And okay, Kyrio.
While Kyrio's typing, I'd like to mention verbally for the audience that Beers has added funny hats to everyone on their Pokerole icons.
Those are very,
Oh,
I
sweet.
just looked. Those are very.
I love it.
Yes, Tucker has been given a rainbow clown wig, Brooke has been given a sombrero, Ryder has a trash can lid on their head, and Ralph has a parrot on his shoulder.
Very nice.
The only thing that you have currently missed, Brooke, is that the Drampa is awakened. Their head has been freed.
They seem bewildered and made a comment about not knowing it was already winter. They seem lucid.
Figured I should verbalize it for those who, only audio listen.
That is quite fair.
I will remind, for those of you who might be looking around a bit, this is an archive. It is a very large library. There's a central pillar with a raised platform around it that the Drampa is at. There's lots and lots of books. And right now, nobody's coming after you. You probably don't have a ton of time or necessarily interest in it, but there's books.
Yes, indeed.
Tucker will remain by Brooke's side in case Brooke wants this dragon further unmelted, or if they turn Violet to help with that. Though it is questionable how much a dragon with just her head out can be dangerous, but still.
The only thing Ryder wants to check out in this library is the Drampa at this moment.
Yeah.
And what is Ralph's status right now? Because he was not doing well at the end of last episode.
Well, being that this dude's head is free, they can do stuff again. They can't do a whole lot, but they can do stuff. He will push his fears aside currently, and the grandpa has his full attention, just in case, you know.
Hmm.
Brooke approaches the dragon. Hey, are you sane again? Do you remember what you're doing here? Brooke asks. Oh, I feel like I get Brooke Scales' voice, darn it. What? I see. I suppose I have failed. But I am not displeased by this shortcoming. They sigh, looking to their sides, at least as much as their currently unfrozen amount of neck allows. Strange. I can't remember last when my faculties were my own. I know not who you are. Oh, please. Spare Her Majesty. She is as much victim as the rest of our kingdom.
Tucker gives a look of surprise. He doesn't say anything, but he's having a little moment of, oh, they do seem to be themselves again.
I think with that, Rita would quietly approach, not trying to take away from what Brooke's talking to him about, but just sort of getting close enough to be like, hey, I'm here too. Do you remember me, perhaps?
Remember me, senpai? I'll do what I can, but I can't make any promises if I don't know what I'm up against, Brooke says. What can you tell us about the king and this crystal disease? Well, I know not the status of the castle, so I shan't mince words. It is a curse. A blight set upon us by the king himself. All in a bid for control. What I can tell you is that this so-called king, this Jim Horn. Their eyes narrow at saying the word. They believe themselves rightful ruler here. It would not surprise me if they came from a noble that was expelled. I digress. I can already see that some of you suffer the curse. You are in graver danger than the rest. Should you succumb, his control is absolute.
Oh, just one thing to the stream. If you're wondering what that was a little alarm I have for some, just so I remember things. It's a sticky note function. Forgot to turn it off. I'll just turn it off now. I do have a healer. Yeah, as this talk continues, Tucker will continue to slowly chip away at the dragon's icy shell with more fire thing, unless Brooke were to ask him to hold his actions. Because as Fair pointed out, if he is saying it's kind of mean just leaving frozen.
Hey, my fist gripping tighter, I'm gonna ask him, you know, about how long it takes for him to take control.
I can't really say. I haven't... No. Notes. There are notes in my office. Hopefully it's not so absolute with us around, Brooke says. I don't know if he can reestablish control once we've cut it. Brooke nods at Tucker, signaling he can free him and his guards. Ah. Whatever you have done, I pray you can do it for others. Most of all for Her Majesty. She possesses the blade that can free us all. At least in theory, I suppose. Ryda. The Drampa keeps glancing over at you between addressing the others. Just this sort of back and forth of them addressing Brooke and Ralph, and then sort of like glancing over at you repeatedly.
It's like Ryder wants to say something, but also like they can wait till after Brooke's done their thing. Just giving them a look like we can talk in a minute.
That's good enough for me, Brooke says. Take a moment to reorient yourself, but we probably can't stay here too long. Tucker. Sorry. Brooke will at this point regroup with the rebels and maybe try and rest a moment. Tucker, you are able to free Tripastania very easily and then get to work on his cohorts.
I was actually going to say, maybe I should roll the strength roll to see how quickly I can get through this job. It's a bit of a job, so Tucker's not going to be resting very much.
I'll say, for the sake of time and saving you the roll, that it's going to take you a couple minutes. It is a fire move, which, being hit by a fire move, I believe, automatically removes frozen. It's just taking you a little bit.
That's fair. And also, big Mayana teeth can also crack ice, so that helps too.
Yeah, a move that is super effective against ice breaks it immediately. So yeah, you're fine. It's just going to take you a couple minutes to get through it all.
And there was a total of, besides the Crystal Purloin, there was, there was a knight.
Yes, there was a knight and a sorcerer.
Yeah, so freeing those two, obviously the shade is not a being, and also it's been shattered, so...
It's been made dust. When Tucker goes to reduce to atom, yes. When Tucker goes to handle the other two, Tripistania picks up their staff, and they use it like a proper walking stick as they move over to you, Rita, and they regard you curiously. You seem familiar. Are you perhaps one of our kingdom?
Right is a bit saddened that they're not fully recollecting, but a bit glad to just see them as they are, not crystallified.
I mean, they still got the crystals on them. They're just dark,
but like himself.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, they respond. Yes, I was. Oh, a long time ago, I suppose.
Ah. I see. One of the few that escaped. A small miracle.
Do not count it as a miracle.
I would. After all, it meant that you brought us help, doesn't it?
I suppose you are not incorrect, though. I should have stayed and fought.
Stayed and fought and died like a fool. And if not death, then enslavement. Much like poor Leon.
They wince at that.
Several years and you are still very bad at hiding your feelings, despite your monotone. You made it very easy to confirm who you were.
It was not my intention to hide who I was from you. Though I suppose you are right in that I should do better with hiding my intentions.
Now that my connection has been cut, I am not safe. Nor are the rest of you. They look around at the rebels. Many of them are sort of looking at them suspiciously, but they've seen this happen before with what Kirk and Tucker did already, which made their own crystalfied ranks actually able to do this. Let us convene in my office. My notes may be of use to you, and I'm sure I have some supply or other I can provide you as you traipse through this castle. Consider it the tacit approval of the steward. The king is away, after all. And they have this the mischievous old man grin that turns up their floofy mustache. And there's that wooden tack of their staff on the floor as they start leaving. They're old, they don't need permission.
The other two, I think they were fated before frozen, but I can't remember. What are they doing?
I don't think they were fainted.
I can't remember.
Were they? No, they were. That's right. Y'all did so much damage.
So when they are on frozen, Tucker probably just makes sure that they flump sort of comfortably, I guess.
I mean, technically, Tripistania was fainted twice over, but
Oh, even him. Yeah, actually, I forgot about that.
Oh no, he wouldn't have been. I forgot. He has ludicrous amounts of health.
Okay, that's why I thought. I thought he was actually frozen, unfated. But yeah.
I like this guy. Burke chuckles. And he lets the rebels establish a base here and follows the steward. Do. Hooray, you have a forward base in the form of the archives.
Nice.
Not bad. I also imagine that he will remove the runes that are bothering us. If we ask him nicely.
Perhaps. Is there anything anyone wanted to do in the archive before we followed the Drampa?
I don't think so.
Not me.
Ralph.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Ralph pretty much knows that anything that might be useful here in the archives, the accessible archives, is probably already like banned or burned, or he's not too interested in looking through it.
Well, as it so happens, Ralph, you will remember that when Tucker did one of his moves, Blossom in the Dark, the books were protected. Like,
Yeah,
they did
actually
not
didn't
burn.
Yeah.
Now-
So the king wouldn't have been able to dispose of the ones that he doesn't like.
I imagine he could have told the Drampa to remove the books that were bad, but he would have to know they were bad books in the first place. So,
Yeah, this is the assumption that he would consider burning the books in the first place.
Yeah,
Or
like
if-
books that detail the proper lineage who should actually be king right now.
Possibly, or things that might have revealed their own lineage, if that is such a thing.
yeah, it is a
But-
bit of a thinking ahead. Like, the king had a lot to do when he took over, probably, so I don't know if he would have thought of, oh yeah, I should try to remove any books that could stop me.
That's usually what an usurping ruler does, but
Actually,
that
that's
comes with the
right.
assumption that you need to worry about the loyalties of those beneath you.
Yeah. I don't know books where you can just make people not read.
I mean, why do you even need to care if they read when you can just decide that they're loyal?
That too. So it's a bit of both, because I assume this archive is not exactly a public library they can go visit. So,
We'll see.
eh.
In any case, as he starts sort of shuffling down the hall, he's taking a relatively brisk pace for being a very beat-up old man. Or beat-up old dragon, but, dragon. You know, I expected there to be more of you. To see so few gathered there in the library. Pardon me. I'm surprised that such a force was able to make it this far. I can't imagine that you'll be able to resist much longer unless you get your objective done.
Actually, I have a pick your brain question for Ralph, technically. Well, does Ralph show any comfort over seeing that Tripistania was able to be recovered from his
Yeah.
condition?
Yeah, he's Seeing that and knowing that he's about to learn a little bit more about it, he's more at ease.
That's
Like, he's still not. Like, he still doesn't look particularly chipper, but he's less completely panicked.
Mhm. So I understand the panic now because Kar is currently mentioning in the chat. I actually didn't know, so I'm just going to say it in game. Yeah, our crystal conditions are advancing, it looks like, a little bit, and wowee, Ralph got crystal 3. I didn't even realize that it got that bad, actually, when he got hit. Makes sense to panic now.
Nah. I'm not worried. We'll simply win.
Win
Yeah.
before you lose.
I'll be honest. There's no way out of this place unless we can end this curse. Our objective is simply to remove the king. We figure that if we don't, we're already dead. So why not make as much fuss as we can while we're still able, Brooke says. I see. You're the sort that would have made an excellent knight. They turn down the hallway to the door, which is wide open. Oh, I see you've already begun raiding my quarters. And just like that, the 2 rebels you sent in there come out, weapons at the ready. It's like, oh no, they've been taken prisoner. We'll protect you. Don't you mean we're going to free them? We will free you. Could we, though? They just sort of stare quietly, one of them with this spear outstretched towards the Drampa. The other one's got like this binder full of like loose sheets in it in both arms. I almost want to see what they do.
Rick says.
Yep. But he'll step forward and just push the spear aside. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but the steward is on our side now. Your 2 rebels look a bit relieved, and they part ways to let you into the office. And it's a decently sized office. It has a desk with a nice chair for the Drampa to sit in, a rack where he's got a bunch of different staves on them, as well as a number of bookshelves on the back wall that are littered with various tomes, loose stacks of paper, scrolls, things of that nature, a couple of like boxes and baubles as well. I would kindly request you replace my binder, thank you, that contains many of my notes. And the rebel that has the binder just jumps a little bit and then thump, puts the binder on the desk. Oh, good. Oh, right. We can change to Dungeons 326. I forgot.
Okay. Tucker will actually notice that back wall of staves and then kind of remember his own ornate rod that he has. Which one? 326?
Yes, Dungeons 3, number 26.
Okay.
Now then. And he peels open this binder full of pages. Loose paper ruffling as the binding creaks and groans. And it smells of just old books in here. Now, you may call me Sade. Far easier than my proper name, I would imagine. I am steward of this castle and head scholar, though not much longer once the king arrives, so I'll not waste time. This curse originates from the king, and so long as he lives, it spreads. It is that simple. Bear in mind, nothing I have learned indicates that his death will free us from the crystal. It will merely halt its advance. However, curing it may be easier than we surmise.
Visible change in Ralph's eyes as he just keeps watching.
The queen was the first to be turned, at least that we know of. It is likely that he turned several nights beforehand to ensure his reign. But reaching in with like a feathery, fluffy-looking limb, the Drampa pulls out what appears to be a small, like, very thin book that they slide to the edge of the desk for you all to look at. And it's got this it's this very old green notebook that has gold leaf on it in the design of a single-edged sword. Anyone who wishes to can give me an insight. I'd say an insight survival logic to see if you remember this.
Okay, why not? Well, that's all at once.
Goodness.
I guess that's a 3.
Alright. Well, that's appropriate.
That is, actually.
The design doesn't really evoke anything for anyone else. But Ralph, you specifically remember having been there for the royal address. You remember the queen holding out a blade as she addressed and rallied her people. And it had a single edge. It looked an awful lot like the blade on the cover of this little book.
Indeed. Yeah, I'll take a look at it and then comment on that. Ah, it's the sword the queen had.
That is correct. This book contains inside it what can be generously considered legends about the Regalia, the Queen's Blade. Some minor amount of poetry, a brief story or two. But most pertinent, inside this book, is a story about how the blade is capable of purging evils. Be that ills of the body or the mind. Now, unfortunately, in her current state, Artemisia is quite unable to access this ability. Least a ways not to cleanse herself nor anyone else of this crystal blight. But if we could mayhaps wrest the blade from her possession, or free her, it might be able to save us. I'm not certain about saving the land itself, but the people? Even if we had to do it over years, we might be able to purge every single citizen.
Ralph crosses his arms, nods. Some Pokemon are pretty fast. Yeah, you just give it to like a Dodrio or something, have them sit down and just stab, stab, stab.
Well, the tales are vague on how it works. I should hope it doesn't require stabbing.
Yeah, I was willing to like stab myself if it really, it's filling me first. And I'll just suddenly smile again and laugh. I'm making jokes again. I am feeling better. We're gonna win this.
One can only hope.
I have a small question.
Mm-hmm.
The ornate rod was used last session. It didn't do much because it hit Zade's shield. But what was the effect? What element did it appear to be? I forgot.
Electricity of some description.
Yeah, okay.
Tucker used it and it made a lightning rune of some sort.
Okay.
Sounds like the Queen should be our main priority. Though if the usurper's noticed we've been cutting his chains, I doubt he'll leave her side anytime soon, Burke says. Yes, I highly doubt it. If anything, they are rarely apart. Tell me true, I did ask earlier, but you did not answer. The forces I saw you with in the library, the archive, are they really all you have? There is another company about half the size, also making noise elsewhere in the castle. But if you're looking for an army, I'm afraid I can't provide one. The borders of these lands is being quarantined by a regiment of knights. They consider this place a lost cause. Yes, I vaguely remember them. Something about... No, I remember a knight that was captured, as well as his cohort of armaments. I wonder what became of them. Wait, tell me you didn't send your cohorts to the colonnade. They suddenly look very concerned. We split off at the main hall. If you mean the hall with the scuffed sign, I don't believe anyone went down that direction, Rick says. Oh. Good. The squire who walks in the shadows. She has been stationed at the colonnade. That much I recall. Brooke immediately perks up at that, as does Tucker. No matter how many you might send her way, they would fall. And with as much noise as you have made, she may have moved. She was sent there to guard the royal quarters. Lucy has not followed you.
Okay.
The rebels are currently recuperating in the archive.
Yeah, because if Lucy was here, I mentioned that would get a reaction.
I see. That's actually good news, Brooke says. Erlyn is the reason we came here in the first place. I'm going to have to confront her one way or another. Bah! Fool! He raises his walking staff, shaking it a bit. She would cut you down and seal coated in crystal first.
Do you guys mind if Tucker takes a step forward and says something?
Go for it.
Okay. Tucker will approach at this conversation and actually remove the black iron rod and just set it on Zaid's desk. And he will explain, I believe when we were fighting, you said that this was yours. It gives me an idea. I use this on you briefly. It casts some sort of lightning. Tucker glances up at the staves on the wall behind the dragon. Maybe something there can give us an edge.
This thing. That is the Warden's wand. Feel free to keep it if you wish. Though I have no qualms exchanging it for something in my collection. The Warden's wand is set to invoke a series of runes for those who are learned in how to use it. They are used to bind and to subjugate, to depower prisoners, effectively. I didn't realize it was still in use.
Tucker pauses for a second. Unfortunately, it looks like it has been, but the Warden won't be using it anymore for a bit.
Good. A term of imprisonment ought be enough for a criminal. Such further barbaric punishments are unnecessary.
Tucker ponders for a second. If there's something that uses ice or water, that might be more useful to us. Amongst your collection, that is.
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna let Kyrio finish typing.
That's completely fair. To wit, it's been extremely made obvious. Deadeye called it out too much earlier. Everybody's ground type. So,
Yep.
not everybody in our party has ice moves. But if there's a wand that can do that, or water moves for that matter, could be beneficial for Ralph, could be beneficial for Ida.
Well, Zaid will start rummaging through their things. Where did you put the stick?
On his desk. It was given back to him. It technically was his. He said so during the fight last time, I believe.
You actually moved it over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Now I need to figure out what the heck he's got in stock. Good job, me.
Sorry to throw you for a loop there. Yeah, Tucker realized that Tucker doesn't know how easy it is to use these wands, but nonetheless, he whacked a shield with it and it did activate, so there's got to be some amount of, just give it a shot, you can make it work situation with it, with these wands. Not exactly trading, but, in times of need, just hit things with it. I highly doubt the Black Iron Rod, if it seems to be electric type like focused as it is, I doubt it'll be that useful here.
Let's see here, what do I have? This teapot. Box full of charcoal dust. A scroll of respite. Actually, that could be quite useful for you. I can always make another one sometime. And he's just rummaging through all of these things, trying to find something.
Tucker appears for something.
Here we are. And they pluck from one of the upper shelves Another rod. This one looks like it's been made of coral.
Ooh.
And at the hook on the end are a number of polished quartz rings that are hanging from it.
Ooh. Extra.
This has the same function as a move gem, as you may know them by. Mind you, this is limited in its uses, but it might prove to be a turning point for you. After all, I can only imagine the forces you have had to fight through up till now.
Tucker gives a nod and expresses, yeah, that might just be the edge we need. Not all of us have the ability to use moves like water and ice. So maybe that'll give us a better spread against... Well, it seems the crystals affect the type beings of everyone. So ground is what we're up against, generally.
Bear in mind that the powers stored within this stave may only be used a certain number of times before it requires a bit of recharging. And as I don't believe any of you are well versed in the arcane arts... They briefly side-eye Rita.
They kind of do that, like, midway hand gesture, like, eh.
I doubt you
Yes,
would be capable. I doubt you would be capable of doing so. So simply return it to me when you're done, assuming you survive. And they'll take the ornate iron rod and replace it. Something else. And then we'll go to Tucker. Brooke grins. Well, if she manages to cut me down, it'll be the first time she's beaten me. I'm fool enough to want to see that. And he straightens his shoulders. Fool I may be, but I won't provoke her unnecessarily. But if there's a chance to detain her, it's my mission to take it. The Drampa has already turned back to their shelf and is pulling a couple of other things down, and they turn to level a bit of a withering look towards Brooke. I am certain you mean well, and that you have belief in your former friend. But I doubt she will be as easily to subdue as I. But here, this is what aid I can render. And you may freely take the notes about Queen Sting. Perhaps you shall find some use in those tales.
Okay. I will, I'll take the book on the tales, slip it into my bag, and thank him.
Now, the question I'm trying to think is, does Tucker keep the stave or give it to someone else? Burke office doesn't need it.
I don't believe I would use it.
It could
Either
could
you keep
be.
it or give it to Ralph.
Yeah, it's really if Ralph's interested in that, because Ralph has no means of, as far as I'm aware, no means of super effective.
Let me take a look.
But that Reaver
I
is still
know.
cool. What's that, Ralph? Where's that?
Take a look at my notes. I can force ice type.
Oh, that's true. You can. Oh, Ralph, mouse over the stave in my inventory. It actually lists its moves. You see if you're interested. It's right here. It's in my held item slot.
All right. There are 3 additional items that he takes from his collection.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested in that.
The first is a scroll. It does not say so on this. The scroll will affect all of you when it is used.
Ooh.
The second is a box that seems to be filled with black dust. And the third one is a painted marble figurine of Kyrio.
Neat. Oh, we can use it to get to Cinnabar Island. Also, Tucker will hand Ralph the stave. It honestly makes the most sense because it will roll off of. I'm pretty sure those moves are all strength moves. So, oh no, Aqua Ring's probably special. Actually, Ice Hammer's only strength move, but I do think that he could use that Ice Hammer very, very well. Personally,
Wouldn't it be one art? It is a stave.
yeah. Does that mean all of its abilities would be special, or?
Nope. It functions as the move.
Okay.
But because it is large, it takes up 2 slots in inventory, and it is a held item.
Yeah, so the question is, because if Ralph takes it, obviously Relic and Reaver would have to go away. But if Ralph takes it, then Tucker will just put back on the Razor Fang, which is still very useful.
You want to put the figurine on your coat, Brooke? I mean, you've got spaces.
Oh yeah, your coat is all... Wait, does your coat let you have more things? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's spaces for it.
How many spaces you get? I forget.
This might be the last space for a functioning item, at least.
Huh.
But there's probably a ton of other spaces for Brooke to put trinkets on.
Yeah, I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I think Aqua Ring is a special move, Water Pulse is a special move, and Ice Hammer is a strength move.
That would be correct. Aqua Ring is a healing move, specifically.
Oh wait, Aqua Ring's healing. Oh, well, yeah, actually, that another reason why Ralph's been getting hit a lot. So yeah, that's maybe another reason Ralph should have the healing.
All right. So, just to note, these 3 items are technically consumables. You do not need to have the figurine in a held slot to use it, you just use it like you would a move.
Oh. And the Stroll of Respite hits hits everybody for 2 HP as well, so that's nice.
Brooke attaches the Kyrio figurine to his coat.
Eee,
It matches the brooch.
it does fit nicely. I wonder if it'll keep your coat wet.
And, of course, the Drampa is going to explain what each of these do. The scroll is a scroll of respite. It'll heal you a little bit. It's good for groups that are on long trips, but it's not good for heavy combat usage.
2 HP.
He's a
Do we fully benefit from that? Yeah, we do, I think.
He's a skilled mage, but he's not a very skilled healer. The Dark Dust box is something that he came across in a curio shop at one point, and he's never used it. He assumes you just throw the box at people and the dust pops out or something.
Tucker's going to take that one. Unless there's opposition.
And, of course, the figurine. He's a little loath to part with it, but it'll probably be useful in facing the king or his forces. It allows one to conjure great waves of water once each day. The translation to that is it lets you use surf once a day.
Oh, it recharges itself. How nice.
Occasionally he would use it to water the garden, because the garden is quite large. Not that it needs much watering at the moment. It's been overtaken in crystal.
Also, Tubby, did you catch the bit about how that safe can heal people, too?
Yes.
Yeah, that's important, because, I mean, your health is... Even after the scroll use, you're still going to be pretty low, so you might want to remember that.
So I will state specifically what Ocarina does, is it gives you 1 HP each round for 4 rounds.
Oh, that's how it works. I forgot how it worked.
Yeah, it's not... It is a set amount heal.
And it sounds like we're using scroll immediately, right? Unless there's any opposition. Also, Fair actually asked a good question, but it's something that Ralph would have to fill if he wants to. So, Tubby, Fair said, ask him to identify the powders, as in Zade. Of course, Ralph holds those right now, so, and everything.
Oh yeah, I'd let them assess the items and powders we got.
If you do ask, Zaid is capable of identifying the various items that you obtained. The orbs are an all-hit orb and a health orb. Oh, and you have the oubliette coffer too. Great. We're doing all the identification here.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
Actually, has little Echo been around this whole time too? Just hanging out.
Yeah, little Echo's around.
Yeah.
Brooke's wearing them like a scarf.
Yeah.
So each of the orbs works on everyone in the vicinity.
Okay.
So if someone uses the all-hit orb, that means for that combat, all your moves are never miss. So even if enemies try to evade them, it will still hit with the bare minimum of 1. The health orb will heal all status conditions. This will not work on the Crystal Blight. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. The heal powder is on a person. It heals status ailments, same as the health orb. And then there's the protein, which is a very rare and potent drug, is what he will describe it as, that can help improve one's growth when it comes to strength. Which he finds it very strange that you found it in the warden's office. It was probably confiscated from somebody who stole it from the training yard, since it's usually given to knights when they complete their training as a sort of reward.
Oh, wow. Lucky. Strong knights. I am an hot individual. Yes, you are, Brooke. Yes, you are.
The oubliette coffer, which Zaid is capable of unlocking and rummaging through, contains old coinage. This coffer contains approximately 300 coins.
Not bad.
However, they are not kingdom coins. Has anyone seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
I have.
So they
Yes.
are gold medallion-sized coins with this ornate sort of design that they've been pressed into that is centered by some sort of Pokemon skull in the design. Well then, quite the find you have. These coins could be worth something to a collector. Not that it's much use to you now, I suppose. Echo does react. Brooke. Echo will slide down off of Brooke's neck, and they'll just sort of like hop into the chest and poke their little like ghost zombie head out. Quite the find. I wonder where you acquired this from. It was in the big hole in the dungeon. The Echo here was pretty protective of that box. I figure they're part of the parcel, Brooke says. The Drampa slowly raises an eyebrow at Brooke. Who? You must be referring to the oubliette. Troubling. The oubliette has not been used since the old king's time. Well, that I recall. It is possible that the current liege has been using it. But stranger still that a coffer of coins would be down there. Sorry, Echo is the ghost. I forget others can't see them. Brooke smirks. Everything down there was pretty old. I don't think it's been used in a while. Ah, spirit, that explains it. Of course it's a spirit, why wouldn't it be? Well, as far as I can tell, there's nothing magically wrong with the coinage. I would suggest using it however you wish. Though if this Echo spirit is tied to the box, I would suggest holding on to it for now, until they can be exorcised. Although given your uniform, you could always decorate it in the coins if you so wished. Although I'm afraid we haven't anyone skilled enough and of their own mind to do so. But I like my haunted box. I know someone who could probably help with that, Brooke says. Thanks for the suggestion. Of course. Although I'm sure your time is running short. If If there's aught else I can do, ask it now. I would suggest you move quickly before the king and his knights return. Because if they overwhelm you, they will not give you mercy.
I have something that I'd like to leave with him. If he doesn't immediately know what it is.
What did that be?
The scroll.
Die scrolls.
The scroll.
Oh, where did these come from? Remind me.
We stole it from the treehouse. The war room.
Oh, right.
Essentially pulling it out and expressing interest in finding these old scrolls and not understanding what they're about. And if he doesn't know what they are, if not, if they could leave them there with him to figure out what they are.
Do you know if there are any other traps to watch out for? The door to the throne room was a nasty surprise. Zame will take the scrolls to begin perusing over them. Ah, yes, I see. I must apologize. That was my handiwork, under the king's direction. The throne room should be accessible now. Though I get the feeling that there isn't anyone inside at the moment. But I've been wrong before. Something you and I have in common. Ah, Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
He does not elaborate.
Also, yeah, he said your name. Did you previously give your name? I don't think so.
Oh, that's true. I was just like, oh yeah, he said my name. Wait, he said my name.
My name.
He remembers me. That does bring a smile to their face, being called by their name. Damn.
Well, one of these I am quite familiar with, considering it used to be quite common among the knights. It bestows a use of the king's shield. The other one will take more time, I am afraid. This looks like a relatively elaborate arcade. If you survive, I shall be sure to give it to you.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Scholar Zay.
Tucker also gives a polite bow to the dragon for the help. Will nod and head back to the archives to prep for the next excursion.
As for the statement about the respite scroll, there is no argument from Tucker about that.
Use it.
Everybody
Alright.
benefits in full from it.
Yeah.
Everybody can get 2 points back.
Everybody, restore 2 HP and
Yeah.
2 will from the respite scroll.
I'm back to max.
Yeah, some of us
and
really
two
needed the
will.
will. Some of us really needed the will.
Oh.
The will's a big deal, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the will is a much bigger deal than the health.
Oh yeah. With the will, I can go back to full health.
Yeah, when you were like anti-glazing Zayd and saying like he's not really that great of a making healing spells. No, this is really good. 2 will for everybody. I don't know. That's pretty good in my opinion.
He might not have written it, though.
Oh, that's true. Maybe he found it.
He implied he wasn't that great of a healer. He's much more of a
Better.
caster.
Yeah.
Which kind of implies that, yes, he did make this scroll. It's not that great. It's only 2 HP and 2 will. It's not a full heal or anything like that. The only reason you guys are feeling it so strongly is because, oh yeah, you've been using all of your resources.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to.
And we
manage
have
mine,
really,
but-
we have really powerful uses for will.
Yes, you do.
Like
So-
rest is
Yeah.
ultra strong.
I should ask, he did identify the 4 items. Did you want to distribute those now?
I think it's probably smart that we figure out a bit of an item distribution because the fight's coming up. We probably want to use these items. So, probably the most tactical one is all hit orb because I'm thinking like you said that affects all party members, right?
Yes, it will affect all
Yep.
party members, and for the combat, it will make all of your moves never miss.
That's a big deal, honestly. That is
a.
it would allow for like low accuracy team attacks and stuff to be more effective, and, stuff like that.
It means I can get off my hypnosis and dream eater.
I feel like who should be in charge of the all hit orb? Somebody who wants to lead what the actions are, honestly. Probably.
That's true. The only way you would fail at hypnosis is if you botched.
Mm-hmm. Which, with my dice pool, is low likelihood of botching.
Actually, you know what? All hit orb probably should go to whoever has the highest initiative, since they can pop it quickest, probably.
I have 11.
I think I also have 11. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is +8. I'm a smidge slower.
So it should be either you or me.
Yoink.
Okay. So the King Shield Scroll, it wasn't elaborated on. I can kind of assume it probably
Yeah.
does a defense thing when you use it.
King's Shield is a move that is normally reserved for Aegis Slash.
Oh, I didn't know it was a move. Ah,
What'd it do, though?
I'll look it up.
You can look it up in the Steel Moves ball.
Oh yeah, it's probably over there too. Oh, I see. It's light screen and protect at the same time.
Foe is using a physical move, reduce the foe's strength, reduce 3 dice from the foe's damage pool.
All right, only one person can look it up.
Effectively, it gives you shielding, which means that 3 damage is reduced for whatever the next attack is, because I don't believe King's Shield lasts very long.
It's just the turn. It's let's see what. It
Yeah,
says.
just the turn it's used.
Yeah.
Got it. So basically, in emergency, use this if you're going to be hit by a big attack.
Yeah,
I
right.
will say if you want to, you can activate that scroll in place of evading or clashing.
Thank you.
Seems fair. I think it seems fair for Ray to have that.
The
Yeah.
Cerulean Bone. So the only thing Zayd can really tell you about the Cerulean Bone is that it's likely a very powerful magical component. He would need time to study it in order to figure out what it can do for you or what it could be used for. So if you wanted to leave it with him, you could. or you could wait to have him look at it after.
Okay.
I guess I'd like to know what his plans are right now. Is he joining the rebels or just going to hang around the archives for now? Zaid's plan for the moment appears to be that he will hold down the fort in his office and the archives as best he can. But he doesn't have much faith that this is going to succeed. He has seen attempts before. He hopes you will succeed, which is why he's been willing to dispense his aid. But he's not going to hold his breath.
Pragmatic.
Alright. I have one request before you go. Clearly you are set on saving your friend. If they have not moved, they will be guarding the colonnade in the royal quarters. Whatever you do, please leave the royal quarters locked and barricaded. Consider this an old fool's request.
Understood.
Yeah, Tucker would have no qualms of honoring that.
Kirk nods. It's a promise. Fool the fool.
I can voice my own lines now, I suppose.
There are a number of them on the way to the council chambers, as well as in the royal colonnade. But there are no traps set either in the throne room or in the training yard.
So does that indicate that any trapped runes he set before are still going to be active?
Unfortunately, yes. However, he is fairly certain that he has undone the magic around the throne room doors at this point.
That's good.
That one was more active, and since you knocked him out, it kind of went away. But you all reconvene with your rebel forces in the archive.
Mm-hmm. I would suggest before we continue that we distribute the rest of these items. I think the health orb saying that the Tucker could probably make use of at the right time. So I'll take that. The protein is a big old question. And the heal powder, I mean, I feel like somebody else should take the heal powder if I take the health orb. Who doesn't have a status healing item?
I'm actually sitting on a lumberry, so I'm good.
I could use a spell.
Yeah, Brooke has like nothing. Go ahead and take it.
I will say that if I had a protein boost, then Belly Drum would boost me to 10.
Well, earlier,
like the maximum possible in the game.
I don't know if you caught it, but I think I think Kyrio said earlier that we could just throw this into Ralph to make him just go even more. I'm not opposed to it. Clearly, that was Kyrio's idea too. That was a good idea.
I don't have this anymore. I'm pretty sure that was like a howl or something.
Yeah, that was my. I'm pretty sure that was my howl. I don't have mine
anymore. But yeah, dude, me being at 7 base would make Belly Drum take me to the maximum possible in the game.
I don't know. Is there any opposition to him having the protein?
I don't object.
I would not get much use out of it.
Yeah, I don't think Ryda has really much to say on it. Given the strength, it's not exactly the focus here.
I can use more strength, but it's fine.
Awesome.
I could technically use more strength, but also I'm not really built for attacking per se, so not as much.
Can I chug it?
So yeah, you can.
To be fair, Brooke gets big damage boost from health loss, so.
Okay, can I chug it now?
Factor, yeah.
Just like tear it open and just.
I do kind of like the idea of Ralph being able to break more walls. So.
Ralph cracking it open like a can of spinach and his
that's actually what I was thinking. Like, I squeeze it like Popeye squeezes the can of spinach. And it like goes into my mouth.
Tucker wonders, kind of looks at Ralph and is like, how is it?
Very me. Robust. Ooh, very, very robust. Oh, that's actually kind of nasty. Mwah.
Yeah, you just kind of downed the powder without much care for how it's supposed to be consumed. Not that there's really instructions on the bottle, but hey, it works. Never mind that's supposed to be mixed into, like, a tall glass of milk and honey.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad at first, but, like, the more I downed it, the worse it got. Oh, it's not that bad, it's pretty good. No, it's not that good. It's kind of nasty. Oh, actually, it's really bad.
Unfortunately, nobody has a drink. Wait, no! Dirty Oasis water! I forgot about that! What would taste worse? No. Yeah, I guess our path is set.
Shall we proceed?
I'm feeling pumped up. Let's do it.
What are we doing? Lucy asks.
Oh. Tucker would give her a look with a pause and express very simply, we know where Purloin is.
You do? Her eyes light up, and Tora just pulls the front part of their hat's brim down.
Tucker will nod at the colonnade. We saw the path earlier. It's not far. But it won't be easy to get to her, probably.
I don't care how hard it is to get to her. We need to save my sister. Please. Lucy looks up at Brooke. We should still have some time, right? We can't just get back to the castle just like that. Right?
Zach, I need to type this out.
Yeah.
I love the different mindsets of what's our next objective. Tucker immediately, hey, we found where your very close friend is being kept. Right, oh yeah, our current objective is to kill a king and steal a sword.
Tucker will not keep that information from Lucy. They care quite a bit about Perlin. But also, yeah, we do kind of have two things we can do here, theoretically.
Thunder.
Tucker did express, like, I think 2 episodes ago now, that basically Perlin would become a priority for him if they figured out where she was, so...
Brooke takes a deep breath. There's a good chance that it won't just be difficult. It's highly probable she'll just outright kill anyone who tries to get close. And if we even did that, we're not sure if we can even do anything to help her yet. Our best approach seems to be getting rid of Gemhorn's control first.
Lucy hangs her head, with her ears splay back. She nods and will proceed to fall in line with the other rebels, looking very dejected at this, but she knows that you're right. And at the least, she isn't arguing with you.
Tucker also doesn't look the happiest about the choice, but understands it. As much as he would like to prioritize Perlin.
However, Brooke will say, if there is an opportunity for me to subdue her, I'm planning on taking it.
Tucker will add to that and say, and I'll do everything in my power to help with that.
Okay. In that case, where do we even find the king?
Rook will look at Rida. Do you have anything to scribe with?
That's a good question. Did I ever mark the king?
You did.
Yeah, I think so.
Hang on, let me look at Hall. I think you overrode it by using Hall.
Yeah, because it's a different mark. So yeah, that would probably. Oh no, yeah, I guess so.
This won't necessarily stop you from scrying.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I still had that. Because if so, that would have been way easier. But yeah. Rida can attempt to scry. Anything.
Is there a crystal ball in the archive somewhere?
Yes. In fact, there are several just on tables that seem to be acting as like lights for when Pokemon would be in here reading late at night instead of candles.
Perfect. Time to do my thing.
If this has a chance of failure, can Tucker assist? I mean, Tucker knows where chains lead at this point, if he tries.
I'm gonna say no.
Alright. Go for it right now.
Nice.
That's
Hell
pretty good.
yeah.
That's pretty
I'm
good.
locked in.
Righto. How big a doom are we talking? Okay. So, you scry Rida and immediately get a vision of the front gate. Gemhorn and Artemisia are there with the Royal Guard, and he is currently commanding the knights to clear the way and to find someone who can teleport them inside now.
So they're right here.
Yup. They are right at the entrance at the moment.
Well, seems to me we can just hang out in the throne room and he'll come to us.
If that's what you want to do.
While I have the opportunity and I see him, can I mark him?
I'll give you an attempt. We're going to add an additional -4 on top of your regular accuracy negative here.
I was gonna say, mark it through a crystal ball. Interesting idea. Does sound more difficult.
It's something that I believe Rida has done before.
Yeah, I did it with the diaper crab thing.
Diaper crab thing.
I said
Okay, you just
sniper.
derailed me entirely.
I said sniper.
I heard a D.
I also heard the D. So
I was
Gosh.
just like trying to like go like, what the
Get
fuck are you
marked,
talking
bitch.
about?
My nose is stuffing a little. That's probably it.
It's okay. It's fine. It's very funny.
yeah, it is fun. It's just very funny. It's like, what diaper crab thing? I've never done that to any of you. I didn't give you guys a sumo Obama crab thing.
It honestly sounds like the title of a meme.
All
We
right.
should name this session Diaper Crab.
The Aprils would be the name.
All right, Rida. You reach through your scrying and manage to mark Gemhorn. I need you to roll your current will.
Okay. I'm concerned now.
I think I know why. Oh no.
I'm extra concerned now.
Okay. Mal, if you're still there, please update Ryda's crystal to 5.
Oh,
Oh my god, what?
Oh gosh.
As
That's what I thought.
the rest of you, I don't know who happens to be watching Ryda doing the scrying, watch them do this, and they reach out towards the crystal orb to do the mark. And the crystals on their person rapidly accelerate across your form.
Whoa. Tucker would notice because he was thinking about trying to assist in the first place, so he'd probably be watching Ryda do this.
Rick is also watching.
Where was your crystal originally, Ryda? It was on your shoulder, wasn't it?
It was like
Or was it
on
chest?
their arm.
Okay. At this point, the crystal growth on your arm is kind of painful. And it's grown over like the back of your hand and digits all the way up along your arm up to the shoulder. Almost like a sort of glove.
Great, now I have a crystal claw arm thing.
Brooke is gonna look at Tucker and Shadow Sneak.
Okay.
Because we're gonna try and cut that chain immediately.
Tucker will take a moment to understand, but will nod and use Shadow Sneak. Tucker was kind of shocked by the sudden growth, so let's see.
Yeah. Me too.
Should I do the same?
How's Ryda's faculties right now?
Yeah, how intact is my
survival.
brain?
Well, you two just jumped into the shadows pretty immediately. Ralph, go ahead and give me a insight contest. An insight contest perform, I guess.
We honestly should have done this a long time ago.
Well, you two haven't seen chains to yourselves or to Ralph. Or
Insight
anything like that.
Yeah, 4.
Okay. Ralph, you're staring at this happening to Ryda in real rapid time. And it's kind of unsettling. And they also seem to look just about as shocked as you are. But they don't look like they've lost their faculties.
They choose in the way they
Ryda, this... How much do you think Ryda knows about poison?
I'd say they did study a bit of and test a bit of poisonous stuff with their chemicals.
Yeah, they were doing alchemy
So-
with it.
Yeah, give me a smart survival nature.
Alright.
As I reveal to Brooke and Tucker, you don't see a chain going to Ryda.
Oh.
But you do see a chain coming from them that does not lead anywhere yet.
I'm big brain.
Ryda, this acceleration makes you think of what happens when a poison in the body is circulated by someone who does not keep calm. It reminds you of what happens when somebody who has been badly poisoned starts to panic and or like go through strenuous activity, it causes everything to rapidly circulate and take effect.
I think Tucker will look to Brooke and open his jaws and prepare an ice fang, and so basically giving that sort of side eye of you do this too, and he's gonna go for the chain, whether it's connected or not. He's going to ice fang it.
All right, sure.
Double ice fang might be good. So yeah.
Imagine that's the kind of shit you can write his head.
Let's see. Dex fight brawl. -1. I did put that back on. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, wide lens. So wide lens just cancels out my fang penalty, which is nice.
You already cancel out your fang penalty.
Yeah,
You have
doesn't
a title.
Oh
Title?
yeah. All right. Yeah, that's right. So I guess I do actually get a +1 instead of -1. Yay!
Yes.
Trying to remember my stuff.
Yep. You have a lot of moving parts.
And parts didn't move well enough for me, but I guess at least it's a 3.
The both of you after the sudden growth, Rida winces and realizes what this is and tries to take a deep breath to calm himself so they don't make it worse. Brooke and Tucker, you bring your jaws on this chain that seems to be hanging down from Rida's shadow. And Rida, you feel this pressure around you, like you are being squeezed.
That's bad.
Is there any way we understand that, or?
Unless somebody communicates to you, I don't know how you would know this.
Tucker might be... Tucker wouldn't know, but Tucker might have an idea that maybe buying these chains can be a bit rough on the subject. It's not impossible, but it's one of those situations where, like, well, do you want it to hurt or you want it to work? Like, it's your choice.
I think Rida would try and express to Ralph that something is very wrong.
You have telepathy, right?
Yeah, but also trying not to, like, exhaust myself. That's why I'm telling Ralph. So maybe
That's
he can
fair.
do something about it.
Right.
Is the chain affected by our ice fang?
It has started to frost over so far. Does Ralph has any response to this currently?
He frosted over. Let's see, you two are trying to freeze it to death.
And it's right. It's feeling pressure and looking worse for it while we work.
So basically, you need to communicate that to us, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quickly wave my hand, like, oh, hold on, you're choking her.
How are you going to communicate that to us?
They're
We're in
currently in the
the
realm of shadow.
We're in the realm of shadow.
The shuttle realm.
Ralph does have telepathy.
Yeah, like shout that and like realize, oh, shit, they can't hear me, and I'll reach out telepathically as best I can, as like reach out and think like guys, she's choking her, and like I'll try to push that telepathically. I feel like Ralph would say it first and then realize, fuck, right, the Shadow Realm thing.
Ralph used /yell in the group chat.
Does that require any kind of roll from him? Or is it just going to work?
No, it's just going to work.
Okay.
And Brooke will release.
As will Tucker, when that desperate plea from Ralph comes to him. Tucker contemplates that the chain doesn't look terribly damaged besides being frosted, and biting it doesn't seem like another good idea, so... I forget, is it possible to talk in the void?
I believe so. I don't think I've ruled against it.
Okay.
Can Brooke just pick up the chain?
Yeah. You can handle the chain like it's a physical object while in this realm.
Okay. If I connect it to myself?
Are you sure you want to do that?
No.
I think we need us both linked.
Just gotta ask.
Listen to
Kinda
this thought.
spitballing.
Sitting the thought in there. You guys need me to come in there and break it? I could probably break it in one swift motion and probably not strangle him.
I'm concerned that it's hurting something more than necessary.
Of course, if I sudden snap, it might snap his neck. Huh. Hey, Relic, can you hear it when I do this?
I presume so, and Ryder will respond a bit exacerbated. Yes.
Terrible bedside manner.
Tucker isn't sure immediately what to do, but giving Brooke a quick glance as Brooke maybe considers... I assume Brooke's already kind of grabbed the chain in consideration. So, Tucker will go ahead and leave Brooke for the moment and will pop back out. If Ralph wants to enter, Tucker will make basically a hole to this void realm available for him.
Mm-hmm. Ralph will step in because he's interested in seeing and interested in seeing if he has one.
Has Ralph entered a shadow snake before? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, we've all traveled through
Every-
shadow.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no, duh. Yeah, I took...
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
Eternatus.
lingered in one. But yeah,
Oh, Eternatus escape.
Yeah, that was a slightly dangerous void visit, but yeah.
yeah, I've traveled through it. I've never like lingered in it to do things, but
Tucker
yeah,
will
it'll
help.
happen.
Tucker will help guide Ralph in and basically motion to Ralph where Brooke is working, because it can be hard to figure out where you're going in the void.
I'm gonna check if I myself have a.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing.
Let me look at where Ralph's at. Ralph's at 3, right? Ralph is at 3. There are a couple of links of a chain that have started to sort of flow out from where your crystal is centralized, Ralph.
Mhm.
It's not as much as Ryda's, but it's there.
And it doesn't. It's not like connected to anything. It's just sort of dangling off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it needs to get a lot worse before he gains control.
Yep.
But before then, it doesn't look like there's a lot we can do about it.
Just to note, Ralph, Ryda's looks a fair bit longer than yours by comparison.
Yeah.
But it is also not connected to anything. And from what you could tell, Ryda still has their faculties for now.
Yeah. Analyzing this all together, I'm gonna come to the conclusion and vocalize it. I think we're good as long as the chain isn't, connected to the other side, whatever any whole dingle is. Whatever sort of handle they use, to the false king. Some sort of leash. He kind of trails off looking at his hand. And with the little thing coming off of it, it's, no. Never put it that way. Anyway, I don't think we have anything to worry.
Yeah.
Well, not right this second. There's lots and lots to worry about, but right this second, is everything.
Right. I think Brooke at this point will accept that he can't do much from this side and head out.
Tucker will nod and put upon Ralph to help guide him out too.
You leave the shadows to find Ryda standing where they were, trying very hard not to have a panic attack over sudden extensive crystal growth on the arm. One thing, once you've calmed yourself down a bit, Ryda, that you're going to notice is that these crystals don't extend terribly far away from your body. It's not like they've grown outward a whole lot, but they have spread.
I guess Tucker will be the first to approach Ryda after he's out and express to Ryda, your chain isn't connected. We can't do much to it right now, but you're not connected to him.
I see.
We'll keep an eye on it.
If I start feeling inclined to hurt one of you, I'll let you know.
Tucker nods a little grimly.
Sometimes team members have felt inclined to hurt me. I was way before we went on this adventure.
Tucker will add one thing to Ryda. I noticed this happened when you marked, so speaking as an aspect of connection, try not to connect too much with that guy anymore.
We should get going now.
Agreed.
Well, where do we want to go?
Sounds like we want to hit the throne room before he does.
That would be a cool scene. I'm not sure if that's the most tactical advantage, though.
I'm not sure.
I just want to confirm if that's what you guys want to do.
Well, Tucker wants to save Purloin, but that definitely does need to wait. It's lower priority. So, Tucker will express this. If we know he's probably heading to the throne room, well, I guess it's an assumption, though, isn't it? But if he is, we could enter and maybe set up an ambush before he gets there.
Yeah. Let's maybe use our rebels to set up a trap or something. At the very least, it could reduce his support.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sharp. Alright. We get to the end. Let's do it.
No objections here.
All right.
Plus a battle of an epic showdown in the throne room. Just sounds so fucking cool.
Whenever I imagined fighting him, it was always in the throne room.
It's just ready to do a fight like this.
Rule of cool.
Meanwhile, Kara's like, well, actually, I'm not going to have you guys fight him here.
Oh, no. If this is what you guys want to do, I am more than happy to handle that. So, give me half a minute so I can put these tiles in the right boxes.
Yes.
I suppose while you do that, we could strategize.
Yes. Strategize, stretch.
Yes.
I'm gonna hit them real hard.
Solid. I should probably open with getting myself defensive, calm mind, and then smashing the orb.
Tucker would probably set up with a howl for strength, but that would be loud.
I'll do a bravado.
That would be good.
I am partially concerned because I don't know what the exact trigger was that caused the instant crystal growth. I don't know if it was because I marked him, so putting debuffs on him does it. I don't know if it's because it's a special kind of connection thing. I don't know if it's because I technically was doing a lot in terms of scrying and marking at the same time from a distance.
Well,
So
yeah.
Where did the mattress come from and whence did it go?
A mattress?
Mattress?
Oh, the mattress.
Ralph's mattress.
Ralph's mattress. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have gotten.
I think he just like dropped that in the middle of our castle raid, realizing he shouldn't be holding a mattress.
I got rid of the item during the castle raid, but no, I would have dropped it like when we reached the city.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Alright. Okay.
Because it wasn't really in my bag. I was dragging it while we were going on.
Yeah, it was just one of those things I looked over. Wait, mattress. Oh yeah, temporary cover thing. No, okay, it's fine. Right. Alright.
Now that I think of it, could we set up buffs now while we are waiting?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how long they take to get there.
I think the first important thing is, one, can we just enter the throne room without getting accosted? It's possible some enemies teleport in and stuff, so I want to see if that happens
Whoa.
first.
Image not available.
Also, cool.
That is unfortunate.
Also, yeah, this is good to note because that means we're going to be using grid. Gotta factor that.
Oh, it won't let me scale it up.
Really? Oh, it might be. Oh, that's because it's already at maximum size. Let me fix that for you. Hold on. I'll need to just scale up the actual image, then I can make it bigger, I believe.
Speaking of, there's a bit of a problem.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I get an error image.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow! No, oh, no. Yeah, oh. That's weird. Bear with me. Yeah, it actually did error. That's probably why you can't resize it, too. Give me a second. That's weird. Normally ImageBB doesn't do that.
Yeah.
If we upload something to there, it just stays normally. So let me. Oh. That's okay. Fortunately, I don't use ImageBB for very much for the game, but apparently, and I have no idea why, because I just use it for random things. This account has been terminated due to the violations of our terms and claims of copyright infringement. I'm guessing they didn't like a Pokemon thing I uploaded or something. All right.
Weird.
That is weird. I've used ImageBB for any high resolution images, so anything high resolution might err on the table. But yeah, I think that just applies to our grid maps like this one. Which, yeah, shouldn't be a big deal. Let me go. Can you send me the image again, Car? I'll see about.
It's in the Pokerole thing.
Yeah, I sent it in our little group chat so that everyone can see what it looks like.
Very good.
And I'll go find. Let's see. I should have an alternative.
Isn't Pokerole without a bit of scuff.
Honestly, that's a very unexpected event. So.
I know.
Yeah, that's
no idea
very
what-
strange.
no idea
We've
what
had this
it is.
prepared for ages, and wasn't expecting that.
I should be able to do it here.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Let's double check. Forever until the heat death of the universe. Yeah, okay, this site works. That's literally their description about how long they keep their files. Just double checking. Let's see. And what's the size limit?
In perpetuity.
Yeah.
Just double checking. I think this works at full resolution. We'll just give it a shot. And this is a site that's actually really yeah, you can just upload whatever as long as it's not illegal. It's a pretty chill site, so this one should be much better for this. Okay. Actually, you know what? I probably already have it downloaded too, so let me just. Yep, I do. So that's probably the reason it can't resize, because it got, yeah. So probably once I fix this, it'll be fine. Okay, let's try this out.
There we go.
Pierce says, they think they've already let stay unless they get a new PC. The images, tabletop sim saves are generally kept there. That doesn't apply! That only applies for host, I think, Beerus, because they were airing on this, and technically it was... Okay, they hadn't loaded it, though. I think me and Car had, because we had it on the table together, but we were, putting it away. But you guys weren't there at that time, so it didn't ever get loaded for you. I guess it technically...
It's cached.
Yeah. Okay, so old things should be fine for us, as long as we're careful. If somebody can remind me how I can check the link for the table map, the world map thing. If somebody can remind me how to check, I don't remember how to change that, but if I could just double check the link real fast to see if it's ImageBB, it might be good for me to do that, because that might break for people downloading it from the workshop. If I do have it in ImageBB. Okay, Barry, do you know how to do the thing I just asked?
Nope.
I forgot how to do that. Also, while I'm thinking of it, I want to make a table safe.
I'm going to suggest people stretch if they did not before. Stand up, get yourself some liquid.
E. Yeah, fortunately, I did use Imgur for most things, so they don't bet. Imgur doesn't seem to care as much, I guess. Yeah, if anybody, yeah. So little open request to anybody watching the game. If you I don't remember how you set the base image on the base table, because it's been a long time since we did that. But if somebody could remind me how, I really should check the base image. but I don't remember how to do it. So, if somebody can remind me where you look that up, please tell me. You can use the gizmo stretch images. It might be possible, yeah. Even if they can't. Are you not able to get big enough, actually? Oh. Actually, if it needs to be bigger, we can try the gizmo.
We don't have to make it bigger, but it would make it easier to see without having to zoom in super far. But it is of a decent size at the moment.
Okay, let me see if, oh boy, right. Scale of 15. Let me just try this and see what happens. Oh yeah, that does work. I mean,
Wide.
I gotta do that. Okay, there. It was at 15 by 15. I made it 18 by 18. I don't know if that's good.
I'm just going to set it horizontal, even though it should be vertical.
That's fine.
People
We can always
just-
rotate the camera.
We get
People
the
can just
picture.
change their cameras. Right. So, by the way, when y'all started breaking down the doors, I was like, oh my gosh, the map prepared for this. The map was prepared for this. I'm going to just assume that Brooke and Ralph break down the doors
Yeah.
when y'all get there.
That explains why it's on the ground, yeah.
You were in the process anyway. It's like, you know what? We're going to finish the job. That was annoying.
Oh, yeah.
And Team Cheer, with their rebels in tow, enter into this long, wide throne room. And there must be events that were held here once. This is too large and ostentatious to not be used for something besides, a royal sitting there behind on a chair all the way at the end. This must have been an important room. There are aqueducts on either side of the main path leading up to the throne that still run with clear water. There are statues, or statue busts of these dragon types that line the walls, jaws open in a silent roar. And at the far end is this large raised dais, whereupon sits the throne, a pair of staircases on either side leading up to it. And further on either side are statues of what were likely prominent knights at one point in history. And ahead of you there is a central staircase that leads up to the throne so someone can approach if they need to. And all this grandeur is tainted by the violet glow of so much crystal. Growths overtaking the back and surrounding of the throne, lining the sides of this hall, running up against the walls, growing up and having overtaken what may have once been this beautiful, massive window that would have backed the throne and shown a view of the ocean and cliffside. And now it's just this massive purple crystal growth that looms there. And several of the rebels, as they're looking around, they gaze upon what would normally be this beautiful and awe-inspiring place, this piece of architecture, and their shoulders sag, they slump, they look so they seem as though they've had this wind taken out of them. Sort of like seeing something terrible from a distance and only really feeling the impact once you get closer. and getting to see the real details, the gruesome reality. We can shift to Dungeons 132, which is just an iteration of the current song.
I think it's here that Brooke will use a bravado. And I think he'll say something to the rebels. I'll write that out right now.
Right ahead.
Those of you who look at Ryda can see as they're sort of looking around the place, they share the same sort of expression and demeanor as the other rebels. Just this somber loss of seeing this place in such ruin.
One moment.
Let's see. So there's these aqueducts on the side, of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Have they been left
Good.
functional? I'm guessing so, since you mapped.
Yes, they are functional. A couple of the fountains that feed into these channels have some crystal growing around them. But for the most part, they are relatively untouched.
Okay.
Side note, when using Dungeon Draft, the water isn't usually a flat color like this. It looks like water, which... so much processing power.
Oh gosh. It's a
imagine.
little leggy to put it down.
Yeah. I had fun with this one.
It looks great.
It does. Especially all the glow.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
So much-
that glow, is it... So this is a pretty lit up area, then?
Yes. This is a fairly well lit area.
Okay. Are there shadows to speak of? Because as everyone else is kind of sad about the state of things here, Tucker also doesn't have quite as much connection to it. Ironic to say that. So Tucker will immediately start considering the area.
There are so many sources of light here that the only shadows that you can really rely upon are, at best, those of yourself and your comrades.
Wow, that bad. Okay, then.
There are some shadows around, yes. But you would need to work to utilize them.
Okay, that makes it sound... Yeah, because Shadow Sneak makes a good ambush, but...
So,
With this much
unfortunately,
space.
due to the nature of the map, unlike the previous boss battle map where you had lots of places you could shadow sneak to, there are not very many places you can shadow sneak to on this one.
And with only dim shadows, it would be hard to hold into the shadow for a very long time, too.
I'm sorry about that. I am back.
Welcome back.
The map has been
Yeah.
discussed while you're gone. It's very lit up. I can't do Shadow Sneak properly here.
That's good. Well, it's not good that you can't do shadow sneak, but it is good that we can see what we're doing.
Yeah, you guys can definitely see what you're doing real easy here.
And I wanted to throw out a stockpile before anyone gets here.
That'd be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Tucker will turn to Brooke and express, there's not enough shadow here for me to sneak into a shadow for an ambush. Are we focused in an ambush, or should we just position well?
Cheer will position ourselves. We'll have everyone else ambush.
Tucker will nod and honestly just ask Rook where he wants Tucker to be in this situation.
I'll get back to you. Right now I'm writing a speech.
That's quite fair.
Take your time. For those of you that are aquatically inclined, technically, yes, you could hide in the water channel. It is relatively deep. Well, relatively, I say in air quotes. Brooke might need to go full horizontal in order to hide there. And then they might have the Jaws thing going on with their fins.
I can at least get from one end to the other pretty quick, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Alright, so.
Unfortunately, the fountains aren't terribly large. However, there are very big crystal groves that you can try to, like, hide behind and stuff.
Yeah, that's probably the plan.
Gosh. I'm honestly thinking about how fucking cool it would be to be waiting on the throne.
I consider that, but...
Legs crossed, and he's like, "How dare you!" And just the coyish response of, "I have just as much right to sit up here as you."
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea to distract him, too, if somebody did that, though. Can Tucker use blossoms in the dark without being too noisy about it?
Not really.
Didn't think so. It kind of requires noise.
Rook is going to clap his hands and get everyone's attention.
Okay.
Everyone, now you see how the usurper has desecrated your kingdom. I asked you to resign yourselves to your fate, but what of the fate of the kingdom? Do you think we have to accept this? I sure don't. So take it in, everyone. Feel it burn in your souls. Prepare to show Gemhorn how you truly feel about this. And then he'll use bravado.
Excellent. Making sure y'all get your bravados.
Should I roll for that, or just... is that fun?
No, I'm not going to make you roll for that. That is a fine little speech.
Yee. That is good speech.
I do think we should wait near the throne. Just give us as much distance as possible. Are there other entrances to this room?
Go ahead and give me an insight survival alert if you're going to be looking for other entrances. If anybody wants to search the room for any sort of tactical advantage that isn't immediately obvious, you can do the same.
Oof.
Not great, but luckily you had scales help you before. You're pretty sure that if you swam to the ends of the aqueduct channels, you could probably rip open the grates that are there and either exit the castle or get somewhere else in it. But what
Go ahead.
But what he said is also true, because when you approach that area, like that area or that area, you do notice that there are these doorways on the underside of the dais that seem to lead somewhere else, possibly to a lower, like, holding room or a meeting area where someone could hide.
Is that what those stairs indicate? They look like stairs, anyways.
The stairs lead up the dais.
Ah.
These would be like just underneath the stairs.
Okay.
They're like a doorway here, I guess.
Curious. Are the upstairs both usable? Because one looks like it might be blocked by crystal.
The stairways up are kind of not really usable at the moment.
Okay.
The one on if you're facing with the throne as the north end, the one staircase left of the throne, you can technically get up to it from that way, but you would mostly use the central stairway.
Okay.
Are these fountains?
Yes.
How much cover would they provide, if any?
Half cover at best.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Unless you were small.
Like me.
Yeah, full cover for Ryda, and maybe Tucker if he sucks in his gut.
Do we have a lot of rebels with ranged attacks?
There are a number of them that have ranged capabilities, either through weaponry or moves.
I'd post them behind the fountains then, if where possible. Just give them cover and let them fire at will.
Oh, darn it. I can't change the color of the dots.
What
Just
color do you
like-
want?
I was gonna make a blue thing.
We have blue dots.
We do have blue dots. Oh, we have blue dots. Perfect. Medium counters.
Ah, yes. You can use those for the rebels. I think I can make them bigger too if you want. Yes. Oh yeah, there it is.
Very nice.
Yay.
That one.
Alright, we're head up. I know it's not the most tactically sound, but I really want to be waiting on the throne when the motherfucker comes in.
Ask Ryda.
Ryda will object to you sitting on that throne.
I had a feeling.
If you
Ryda
placed...
wants to sit on the throne.
That is a good question. Does Ryda want to sit on the throne?
God, the imagery would go so hard. I don't think Ryda would believe themselves worthy enough to sit on the throne at this moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to change.
So we have Lucy, Roz, and
Mhm.
technically Echo as Lilith's, right? Right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Can Echo do anything to set a trap here?
Maybe.
Can I use Echo? Just to see what happens?
You want to use Echo?
Yes.
Okay. Understood. Echo is used.
Okay, no idea what that means, but sure.
Dog has been deployed.
I'm sure it's good.
Yep. Echo
Oh.
has been deployed.
We can also use Roz.
I think
in
I'll
case
actually...
anybody-
I think I'll get the Troisy icons for our elites, just because. Why not?
I don't know if we'll have an opportunity to use her after this, so it seems like the best time.
So, due to terrain constraints, if you want rebels behind the fountains, you can spend a total of 8 and have a rebel behind each of the fountains notated where I left them,
Mhm.
or slightly adjusted as needed.
That seems fine to me. Any objections?
We got the
Sounds
stuff,
good to
might
me.
as well use it.
And I'll get some icons for our 3. Obviously, I don't have to, but I just think it'd be visually a little easier to track everything.
Yep. Tora is spent, but she's still around. It's fine. She can give the autopilot commands to the rebels.
Hey,
It would make him so mad.
Alright.
I mean, it looks just as good to stand in front of it, right?
So, I'm
I
gonna
don't-
go ahead.
I'm gonna lean on it.
That's fine by me. I'm gonna go ahead and say you can make 3 more preparations before they arrive.
okay. well, yeah, well, Tucker did ask Brooke about a position. So, Tucker is not sure, but Tucker would default to hiding behind some crystals that would provide him full cover.
I think Brooke will sit here.
I technically have 2 more things I can set up.
Well, I
That's
mean,
just-
like, any preparations you might make to the room. I will let you
Yeah.
position yourselves as you need to, but one of the preparations you've made thus far is getting any rebel with ranged abilities by the fountains.
Do we want to make a neat shield?
Oh, actually, technically you only have 2 because you used Echo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we only have.
But yeah, if you want to set up a phalanx of rebels to try and wall off the area, you can do that too.
Consider it, I suppose.
I wouldn't want to just throw people at him.
You
Would be
can
rude.
choose to not use rebels.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking actually, we get rebels just behind the wall, like right here. And after they come in, the rebels close in behind to prevent anyone else from joining the fight.
I like that idea.
Okay.
It's a pretty good idea.
We're creating a boss door.
We are the fog wall.
Like, we get some rebels to be those little bars that come down behind you when you enter our boss room.
There we go. Get.
I've just decided to make note of it on Ryder's card. Alright. You have one last thing you can do. You currently have 0 rebels to use. You can use Roz to get 5 back for something else, if you so wish, or Roz can heal you or deal with a status ailment.
Looks like Ryda is full up. Tucker's pretty good.
You're fine.
Probably
I'm
the
down
most
6.
mending.
Ralph could use some help. I do have a root salve still.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh.
Make a list spot. Oh, I can actually make this. That's fine.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, it looks like Catbox works really. It's really efficient to use. Actually, it's far efficient than MHPB. So, yes, screw MHPB. They want to ban me. I'll just go somewhere better.
Echo is currently in use, but yeah. Very
Yeah,
cute.
but it's so cute. Fur it is cute.
Yay!
Right.
Ask me the purple because that's right. But sorry. I mean, I was doing that. So did Brooke recommend a position for Tucker, or is it really just Tucker's choice?
Yeah, Tucker can choose.
All right. So I don't. Is this like a wall? This whole mess of crystals?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a physical obstacle.
So like, there's not really a can't go here. Okay.
You might
Yeah.
you might be able to go around here
Yeah, you can go
or here.
around here, or the crystals in this area are fairly sparse. You can get around them. Same here, the crystals are relatively sparse. They're closer to the floor, but the more clustered up they are, you can expect it to basically be like a solid object.
Okay.
I would say,
Assuming there's no danger of scraping, I think Tucker would just kind of hunker down here.
That's fine.
Okay. There's also some cover for the fountain for this angle. Hopefully, the goal here is hopefully the Tucker doesn't get noticed, so I can do something surprising.
From here.
Yeah. You guys surprise him? I want his own attention.
That's quite fair.
Well, I'll also make a comment on Roz. It would be quite delightful if I could start the battle at full HP, because then I could use belly drum and have 10 strength.
Sure, I don't object to that.
All right, Ralph.
You have a lot to heal, and it's probably the boss battle. It makes sense to get it healed out. And then
Ralph,
use it for
you
strength.
may fully heal your HP and will.
Swag.
Ooh, and the will.
It's only one,
Alright.
one blood, so.
Excellent. You know what? No, I want him to see when I use belly drum.
You're gonna hold it.
Yeah, I want him to watch me belly drum.
Would you like to officially say you're holding that action, and this will just immediately do it upon start of things? I guess.
Ooh, yeah. I'm holding belly drum. That's the drums of war.
I've got a fun idea.
Okay. There's not a lot of setup that Tucker can do besides gain bravado and such. Boss of the Dark will allow us some setup. I guess I may as well ask for next time, if I remember. Blossoms affects everyone, but it would mess with Ralph's belly drum, the buffs. Or would it just not affect them? I forget what the rule was.
The buff would not affect Ralph.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
this
stronger
is
when
stronger.
it's
Yeah.
or
Just wanted to make sure I didn't mess with that. Okay. Yeah, you
look,
guys
yeah,
can generally like Tucker will probably use Blossoms of Dark. Blossoms of the Dark. It also works. There is a bark involved. But yeah, probably we'll use that pretty early on. But it also depends on the situation, because there's an ambush goal for him too. In other words, basically the main thing this matters is Brooke can expect to gain another strength probably soon.
Okay.
This is something that Tucker will probably communicate too before.
I'm
say
going to go ahead and put my belt back on it, actually.
That is fair.
That's fair.
Erline probably will join this battle eventually, but it's fine.
Oh, that would be kind of clever, but I don't think there's enough time for that. I was just thinking the Dark Dust box, where if it hits everybody foe-wise and afflicts accuracy minus 1. If you guys set that up with like it's hanging from something on the ceiling, then it falls and dust everybody. But I don't think there's enough time to set that up.
I mean, we could probably just throw it when the battle starts, right?
We can. I can also do that. Actually, the ambush position would make it pretty easy to hit everybody with that, probably. I assume that in this situation, the Dark Dust box will have a radius. I doubt it would hit the entire throne room. So it shall be used when everybody's clumped, when as many enemies are clumped as possible.
Sounds good to me. So I think I'm gonna rain dance.
That will be the last preparation you get to make.
If anyone has anything else that they want to do, let me know. Otherwise, I will do that.
Sounds good. And then you could do a Ralph pun when the king shows up, and you'd be like, pop out, and you're like, sorry to rain on your parade, but
They just walk in and see Ralph sitting next to the throne, and Brooke is just dancing. It will be very distracting, for sure.
Just as a reminder, and we'll remind ourselves next time, rainy weather. All water types moves have 1 extra dice in damage pool. All fire type moves get their total damage reduced by 1. Moves that become complete heal with sunny weather will only restore 1 HP instead.
Yep, that shouldn't conflict with anything. I don't have a reason to use Fire Fang, I think, so. And, oh yeah, I guess that's all the planning we can do.
We may move on to events 220.
Okay.
As you prepare yourselves, just in the nick of time getting into position, outside you can hear thunder rumble and rain begin to pound against window and wall. A flash of lightning, drawn by the storm Brooke has conjured, helps to illuminate the massive arch of the doorway. And in it, the silhouette of the usurper king. He strides forward, uncaring of the preparations before him, and following closely behind his queen. Following with regal grace and poise, and at either side their royal guard. The abominable amalgamation that has become of Sir Cheval and Calvin, and the Machamp, fettered in crystal. Gemhorn looks up towards his throne, his rightful throne. At you, Ralph.
Oh, the grin on my face.
And he smiles. I see that you have made yourself welcome.
I sure have. Nice seat here, but whew, it reeks of imposter. Ugh.
Their smile falters briefly. That's funny. Coming from someone with more mass on than I could have in a lifetime. Ralph, the crystals around you begin to vibrate and resonate, as so too do the others in the room, with the Nido King's growl. You think you're the first ones to get this far? Well, he holds out one hand that his queen takes. If you want to dance, filthy rebels, then welcome to the ballroom. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. A dramatic entrance for sure, though.
Ah, yeah, me just like leaning on the armrest, like one hand under my chin, like the fucking Willy Wonka meme, just like, ooh, let's dance.
will say, Ryda actually looks scared for once.
It's kind of understandable, honestly.
Ooh.
It's like facing a nightmare in real life for them.
Well, Tucker has experience with that.
Hey, so do I.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a trial that we must all go through, it seems, in Team Cheer. Rite of passage.
Everything isn't covered.
I can't wait to show this motherfucker the reality of fighting someone with 10 strength.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, may as well. I think it's the other three are there.
I wasn't sure if we already had one out or not. I don't think we
Nope,
did because
I
they were only
I
there
never
briefly.
I wasn't sure if they were important enough to get them out, so I never did.
Mala sending a particular meme from the group chat.
Fair suggests the title already
Oh,
for
yeah.
preparation. No, it's Diaper Crab, obviously. But no, yeah, I'll probably use a serious title though.
You will get no experience for this session.
That's fair.
Cool.
We kind of just prepared this whole session. That's really reasonable.
Fair.
If
We
only
got-
because I know how much you're going to be getting if you survive.
if, okay.
Well, I mean, Ryda's on Crystal 5, Ralph is on Crystal 3.
Mine hasn't advanced at all for some reason.
It's almost like you haven't come in contact with new crystal attacks.
That's true. That helps. I also do like
I
that.
haven't been crystal at all.
I just noticed. I want to call out Beerus's work there. I like that he actually threw more like crystal mass onto the portraits, depending on the amount. I just noticed that. Very good, Beerus, and also have a good night. But yeah, I guess we're finally at the culmination of. Honestly, well, I honestly I have one thought right off the bat. Obviously, the next session's going to be a big fight with these guys, but I have to wonder, even after we win this, we have to fight Purloin still, maybe. Like, I don't know. We'll have to
Possibly.
see. Because, like, how does this affection work exactly? Beat the boss, win, everybody's better? I don't think that's going to be that simple.
We don't know yet, but
Like, we'll have
this
to
is
see.
at least going to be the first step.
You gotta see how the enthralled react after having their basically mind manipulator severed.
Yeah. No, that's just an open-ended question to make the audience think of these questions too, so they hype up. But yeah, great episode. I guess I have no experience, so nobody's probably gonna buy anything or something. So I'll save the table. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong first. But yeah, I guess our next episode will be session 165, and that will be on what day was that? The 15th of April, looks like 2 weeks from now.
Actually,
Yeah, what's up?
let's see.
Wanna do
Specialty 6 times current specialty 4.
You see if you can buy anything.
Oh yeah, he's got 61 XP.
Yeah.
He can get some stuff.
Yeah, current specialty 4. 4 times 6 is 24. We're gonna max out Brawl.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's reasonable. That's a fair move before all this. So that's a total
61 minus 24 is
47?
well.
No wait. How much? 24?
Yeah, 24.
61 minus 24 is going to be 37. My bad.
Alrighty. Oh man, that's so many dice.
Let me see. So Brawl is mostly what you use. Use Channel for Metronome. And... yeah. You haven't Belly Drummed yet. I forget. Belly Drum is just fail or succeed, so it doesn't really matter if you increase your perform.
Yeah, if you have like a shitload of dice in it, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like that's the main thing, yeah.
Oh man, at first when I first started, I didn't think Ralph would be a heavy melee character. I thought it would be mostly metronome, but he's a very consistent brawler with that tricky metronome in his back pocket, where he can still pull some fuck shit with the metronome when he needs to. But like, he can fucking clean up with some physical effects.
Since you're prepping for battle by getting some specialty points, I also might want to recommend, depending on how you decide to play, Clash and Evasion could be useful to you too.
Indeed.
You would have to spend 12 points to increase those, so they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, 12 points each. I could 12 points each and get them both increased.
Yeah, this is what we were doing, like with specialty points is what, obviously I've been focusing those quite a bit, because they just are easy to spend a few points on and get something, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a suggestion. If you plan on doing clashing all attacks, I suggest Clash. If you plan on evading things, I suggest Evasion. There's some stuff you want to evade. So, for instance, if we get another Purloin interruption, you might want some Evasion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if some gets summoned.
Yeah, I want to evade, like, crystal attacks.
Yeah.
So,
you learned that very, very severely. And, but yeah, thank you, Kyrio, anybody else leaving the table, thank you very much for the session. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to end the episode after Ralph finishes. I figure I may as well record what he does, too, because it's a mechanical change. People might want to keep track of it, so. And on that note, anything you might be doing, Hydra?
I was thinking about it, but I don't
I can... 12 plus 18. I can put 2 into evasion, actually.
You could.
Yeah, I can put 1 into each or 2 into 1. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna pull up 2 into 2 evasion. Drops me down to 7 XP.
You technically could do 3 points, but it'll bring you down to 1 XP. Oh wait, no, that's not right, because...
No.
Well, I mean, no, yeah, because the price goes up. Yeah, you're going to be able to afford it at that point.
Yeah.
In any case, I'm gonna head out so I can eat something before I go to bed.
Okay, Hydra, thanks for the game today.
Good night, everyone. Look
Good
forward to next time. Big
Oh, I do
session.
too.
Ooh, super excited.
Alright, yeah, Ralph, you look pretty prepped now, I'd say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, yeah, we'll call that my Zenkai boost after being beaten to near death.
I mean, I feel like that's appropriate. Yeah, again, like, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so. Alright, is that all you're gonna do with your stuff? It looks like that's kind of the end of it.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay. In that case, I think I'll do my outro. So, thank you everyone for joining us for session 164, and hope to see you guys in 2 weeks for more Pokerole. And also, if some of you want to help me with the table, the public upload, since I had an account ban, stick around for the end slate. I might ask for your help with the site. If you have TTS, you can help me. So if you want to stick around and help me, thank you very much. If not, I'll get something later. But anyways, yeah, that was session 164. I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks, and more streams to come in the meantime as well. So I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Good night.